Hello, I'm Patty Simpson with Simpson Math. In this video, we're going to learn to determine our GPA. So you may have heard someone say, I have a 4.0 or I have a 3.0 in regards to their GPA or talking about school. When they're talking about that, a 4.0, perfect 4.0, means they made only A's at their school. A 3.0 means they made only B's, a full regimen of B's all the way across. But what happens if you make a mixture of those things? You make a few A's, a few B's, a few C's, a few D's, and maybe even fail a class or two. So let's just look and see how we determine our GPA. The first thing you have to do is find out just how many points each grade is worth. Traditionally, an A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3 points, a C is worth 2 points, a D is worth 1 point, and then an F is worth 0 points. And it's weighted based upon the number of hours that you are taking. So for instance, in this case, this A, because it's a 3-hour class, it's weighted less than this B here that is a 4-hour class. This one holds more weight towards it than this one does. So the more hours the class is, the more weight that grade has towards your GPA. So the way that we find our GPA is just take the number of hours for each one of our grades. So in this case, I'm just going to take my 3 hours and multiply it times the 4 points that the A is worth. In which case, I've earned a total of 12 of those points. This 3 hours, I'm just going to take and multiply that by the 2 points that this C is worth, and that one's worth 6 points. Here, my 4 hours times the 3 points that the B is worth 12 points. The 2 hours times the D, which is worth 1 point, gives me 2 points. Now, with means, I add up and I divide by the total number. Well, I'm going to do that here. I'm going to add up my total number of points and divide by the number of hours that I've taken. So it's going to be the number of points divided by the total number of hours. So here, add this up. And we get 18, well this is 24, that's 32. That's going to be the numerator of my fraction. And here I have 6, 10, 11, 12 hours. This is 12 hours. That 12 is going to be in the denominator of my fraction. Do a little simplification. Well, I can divide this top and bottom by 4, and that is equal to 8/3. Divide that, 8 divided by 3 gives me 2 2.3, which is about 2.67. So this GPA would be 2.7. On average, it's kind of a high B. I mean a high C, a high C, a high C. Because 3 would be B's, 2's would be all C's, and so somewhere in between there is a C, something in the C range. So you can see that that D and the C kind of pulled that grade down a bit. So there's 2.67 is the GPA. Let's do another one. Here's an example of a transcript where someone's looked at all the grades they've made and counted the number of hours they made of each of those grades. So for instance here, there were 16 hours worth of A's. There were 24 hours worth of B's, 10 hours worth of C's, 6 hours worth of D's, and 4 hours of F. And again, what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply the number of hours times the point value of each of these. And an A is worth 4 points, a B, 3, C, 2, D, 1, and then an F, 0. So we just take the number of hours and multiply it times those number of points. So 16 times 4, 24, carry 2, 4, 5, 6, gives me 64. 3 times 24, well that's 12, carrier 1, 6, 72. 10 times 2 is just 20. 1 times 6 is 6, and 0 times 4 is 0. Sorry, 0. We're going to add up that total and divide by the total number of hours. So here I just add this up. Well, that's 10 and 2 is 12, carrier 1, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 162. For my hours, that's 30, 40, 50, 60 total hours. So I just take my points there and divide it. So to find the GPA, I just take 162, divide it by my 60. We can do a little bit of simplification. Let's divide the top and the bottom by 2. So we get 81 over 30. I can divide the top and the bottom by 3. So I get 27 over 10. Well, that makes that division really easy because dividing by 10, I just move the decimal over. So that GPA is a 2.7. So overall, this person has a GPA of 2.7. So finding the GPA is just a weighted mean. Each one of our points are weighted by the number of hours. You just add it up and divide by those total number of hours. Math made simple. It's Simpson Math. Thanks for watching.